This is a quick introduction to Stencyl, how to set up your stencil to make sure you are good to go. Step one, you'll probably won't see this right away. You'll probably get an error message. Just click off the error message and then log in as follows. Username in cap locks ASFM, and then the password is just the word Stencyl in lowercase. So you won't be able to see this, but just write Stencyl. Make sure you spell it correctly, sign in, and you shouldn't have to do that again. Now, to get rid of the error message, we have to do this once. Go to Stencyl, Preferences, and then Workspace, so your second tab. And you can see I already have a workspace selected. You are going to have to set your workspace, so I can't do it because I already have it. Set it to your desktop or to your documents, and then just press Apply Changes, and you should be good to go. Okay, the reason you see this is a bunch of my games, which you will be creating yourself. Okay, don't worry about kits. To start off, I'm going to show you how to bring in some characters. So we're going to go File, Create New Game, and blank game is just fine. Press Next. Name it. I'm just going to call this one Intro. Name it based on what the assignment's going to be. The screen size is fine unless you want it bigger. It's your choice. Push OK. And here we go. So you'll notice that everything here is empty for now, but this is basically our navigation on the right side. So let's bring in some what we call actors. So I'll go up to Stencyl Forge, and now I can either search for a character or I can look up what I want on the left side. So if I want an actor type, okay, for example, a coin, a crocodile, a monkey, I can download sounds, fonts, backgrounds, tile sets, all those things that we'll look into later on. My advice is to keep it there's only a few actors that I know work very well. Crocodile usually works, monkey works, snake works. So let me just bring in crocodile, for example. So double click it, click on download, and it should eventually work. Now, before you start using it, you want to make sure that on these tabs here, you got a couple things checked off. One, on behaviors, that there's no behaviors. If there's a behavior, remove it, and I'll show you an example in a second. And in events, make sure there's no events. The reason why you don't want any of those things is because if you do, they're going to mess up your code. Collisions, we look at later on, but basically this is where your character can collide with different things in the game. Physics, well, you can read it yourself, okay? And don't worry about properties too much at this point. So let me show you an example of a resource that has a bad guy. So let me, not bad guy, resources. And so let me bring in Mario. So I'm going to download Mario. And let me show you how this one would not work in your game because it has some problems. So let's be patient. So I'm in Mario, and you notice that he has a bunch of different animations, which is fine. But if I go to behaviors, look what happens here. It has a whole bunch of things that will interfere with your code. You have to go to each one and click on remove behavior, remove, remove behavior, remove. Okay, and do all of that for all of them to make sure there's nothing there. And in events, there's nothing here, so you don't have to worry about it. That is the basic introduction to your game. Go to Haiku and start on the assignment. Good luck.